The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for May 4th, 2017 is now in session. First of all, I'm Gary Merrill, Vice Chair, and our Chair is out of the office today, and also to my right is Commissioner Lewis, and to my left is Sarah DeNova, and to my right is Don Houston. We have a lot of substitutes today. So with that, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's begin.
Resolution number 17-457, in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held May 1st, 2017.
So moved.
Second. This vote.
Vote on motion 17-457. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We have no public or elected comment today. Resolution number 17-458, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA PR 0503.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-458. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-459, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-459. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-460, in the matter of approving a transfer for appropriation for juvenile court.
So moved.
Second.
Good morning. Karen Watkins, Fiscal Coordinator for the Delaware County Juvenile and Probate Court. We have two transfer of appropriation requests. They are both on grant funds. We have some remaining funds left over that we'd like to move from a personnel line into a services line.
Okay.
Questions?
No questions.
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-460. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-461, in the matter of approving a First Amendment to the contract for services for psychologists between the Board of Delaware County Commissioners, the Delaware County Juvenile Court, and Paul Warwick Skolnick, Ph.D., LLC.
So moved.
Second.
This is a continuation of an ongoing contract that we've had with Dr. Skolnick. He provides consultation and evaluation of our JSO cases, and so we'd like to move to increase his contract up to $40,000. The contract already extended to the end of December of this year, but this is just increasing the funds.
So we're increasing because there's a need for it?
Correct. We've seen an increase in cases. We've also received guidance from the DYS grant that they are expecting additional evidence-based practices, including quality assurance measures. And Dr. Skolnick would be able to provide that for us as well.
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-461. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution
Thank
number
you.
17-462, in the matter of approving the sanitary sewer subdividers agreement for Cider Ridge Crossing, Section 2.
So moved.
Second.
I'm Kelly Thiel with the Sanitary Engineer's Office, and this agreement is standard for the approved plans for Cider Ridge Crossing Section 2 for that project to get underway, and our office recommends approval at this time.
Questions, comments?
No questions.
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-462. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-463, in the matter of approving the sanitary sewer improvement plans for Olentangy Falls, Section 4, Phase B.
So moved.
Second.
These plans have been reviewed for compliance with county standards by the sanitary engineer staff, and we are recommending approval at this time.
Questions or comments? No. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-463. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Kelly.
I believe we have some other business. Let's go and get administrative reports out of the way, and then we'll have anything.
Anything to report on today?
Okay. Commissioner Lewis, do you have anything?
Nor do I.
And nor do I.
Oh.
So I guess that brings us to other business.
Okay.
The matter for other business is Jane Hawes has received several questions. Several is accurate, right? Two. To be more accurate, okay. Two questions regarding the website redesign RFP. And the question involves, in the RFP, we required the provision of a performance bond. The The reason for that was this is a rather large project. The risk of a half-completed project, having to bring in another vendor to complete, basically redo everything. That was the reason for recommending a performance bond. However, since this is not a public improvement construction contract,
Yes.
that is not a requirement. It was just a recommendation from our office. The commissioners have the ability to waive that requirement if you so choose.
Let me ask a question. The real risk to the county is that we make a payment, they don't finish the project. So is the payment done at the completion of the project, or is there going to be payments made up front? Because that's where the risk would fall, wouldn't it?
That's correct.
So how are we making payments, I guess, is the question. That would help with my answer.
Well, part of the proposal is that they submit a payment schedule. We have a max budget stated in the RFP, but we do not have a specific payment requirement. That's part of the profile that they're to provide in their proposal, is how payment will be structured. So I can't really answer that question.
Could we structure the payment in such a way to our benefit that if we had problems with either unsatisfactory performance or for some reason the company goes bankrupt, whatever?
Let me offer a suggestion that might work. What if you give them a choice, performance bond or you receive payment at the conclusion of the project?
I mean, I had not heard about this type of bond. We didn't do it with the branding project. However, I have heard from a couple of other civic organizations in the area that they have had to bail on relationships, with a vendor for the website redesigns because they are such complex projects, and that it was problematic. So I thought this was a useful clause to include.
So are these two, you say couple, are they unwilling to provide a...
One was a very large firm that's very well established in the industry, and basically their contention was, would you be willing to take less than a 100% performance bond because of our established history in the industry? As they stated, there would be little or no risk of them defaulting on the project. The other one was somebody objecting to the fact that it's an unreasonable cost to add for a small business.
What is the cost? Do you have a guess?
Jane asked me what that expected cost was, and I do not know what the price for a premium on a bond would be. However, that is something that cost is routinely passed on to us. We're basically acquiring an insurance policy for the work. That's really the purpose of it. Any firm that would incur that cost would certainly include it within their price. And so our recommendation stands that I would recommend that you keep the performance bond requirement. The branding project, that's a little bit different in my opinion. The branding project is a little different in my opinion. This is a very complex project that if we were to get halfway through, it's not something that somebody could come in and complete.
Well, that's true.
We'd have to start over.
And once a payment's made, it's difficult to get it back, and the work probably becomes wasted because you can't just, like you said, can't pick it up and move forward. I'm okay with it. I think Commissioner Lewis.
No, I am too. I'm okay with retaining it.
I would entertain, but I don't think you guys want to go down that road. If someone wants to receive payment at the end of the project, we know we got what we have, then I guess that would be an exception. But if that complicates the issue, I'm fine with just leaving it as is.
If we did do that, with, offering them the option, does that change anything that we have out there already?
Yeah, I don't want to complicate it. If it complicates it, I'm okay.
I would recommend, if you're not deciding to waive the performance bond requirement, I would just leave the RFP as is, respond to the questions that the commissioners do not wish to waive the performance bond requirement, and then let somebody in there. This process is very open. This is a competitive sealed proposals process. This is not just a straight competitive bid. So those submitting proposals have a lot of latitude to provide.
So they could make that offer?
They could make that offer. And I don't even know whether I want to include that in the answer. Well, if that's something that they want to propose as an alternative, we'll let them propose it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I see.
that's good. You said two things? Or was that the only thing?
Two questions from on that one issue. So
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
When is the deadline for the proposals to be in? May 26th.
Are we getting a lot of interest?
I have had inquiries inquiries, questions from about 8 different firms so far. Half of them are firms that we did send the RFP to because we knew about them. The others, obviously, it's the word's filtering out, so other agencies around, well, Michigan and Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but it is, once again, we're getting a lot of interest.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Great.
With that, I believe we have a need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 17-464, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or public official.
So move.
Second. With that, we are now in executive session. Oh, I apologize.
No worries. Vote on
We haven't done this in a while.
vote on motion 17-464. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
With that, we're now in executive session.
All right.
And how are you pronouncing my name there? You kind of get out of the groove.